Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's nice to see that recently the channel has been growing. Obviously, you guys have been enjoying the crypto reviews. So if you do go on to enjoy this one, please do leave a like. Let me know in the comments down below what crypto you want me to review next. And in the comments, people always ask me what trading platforms do I use. I use Binance, Crypto.com purely for the CRO coin and the Visa card. And then I have used KuCoin for the smaller gems. So they're the three platforms that I use. I'll leave them linked down in the description below. And in the upcoming weeks, I'm going to talk about my crypto portfolio, my experience with trading in the stock market and now crypto, and all other stuff like that. So stay tuned. But today we are going to be reviewing Orion protocol. Now, this is a stock that I do currently have a position in. One of my friends, Marvin, a while back, shout out to him. He put me on Orion, ORN, and I got in at $6.7, and it recently went up all the way to $28. I sold it at $26.5 and then rebought a 15% dip at $23.5 and made myself about 12-15% because I noticed that a pattern is that so many things always seem to pull back from their all-time high, and I really took the risk on this one. But it's definitely a coin that long term I think I'm definitely looking to hold. So what is ORN? You've probably seen it recently, but ORN is a liquidity aggregator. Now, if you don't know what that is, within the crypto space and trading space, liquidity aggregation is the process of gathering buy and sell orders from all the different exchanges, like let's say KuCoin, Binance, Coinbase, and I believe aggregating them into one kind of network and making sure that everybody gets the best price available for their trade and make sure that their trade happens quickly and smoothly. Because sometimes, if you go on a platform and there's low volume on one coin you're trying to trade, it might take 20 minutes for the coin to actually go through on that exchange. Whereas if they combined all the different buy and sell orders from all these different exchanges into one place, that will allow orders to be completed quicker. So really, I think the more the crypto space grows, the more useful ORN is going to be, because there's so many different exchanges, and crypto is so frustrating because you have to go on so many different exchanges to get all these different coins. So yeah, that is roughly what ORN is. A swap pool into the decentralized platform. As you can see, it's the only they claim to be the only trading platform that you'll need. Endless liquidity, zero risk, one platform, and it's still in early access. It's not officially been properly released, so arguably it's still early days, but there's a lot of expectation around this crypto doing well. They're recently and soon to be going to be looking at introducing their staking of ORN, which will be very, very good. And you can see that they've already got partners across the ecosystem. KuCoin, I just said about them. And there's so many different partners already involved in ORN, which is obviously reflecting the recent increases. ORN is currently market cap is $563 million. This is pretty much one of their all-time highs. Their volume is 57 million. That's massive. It's the sort of thing where, the coins exploded. I wish I put more money in earlier, as you always do with every coins like that. And you can see that if we take a look at let's go to the 5-day chart right here. You can see that basically, this is what I was saying. It went up to about its all-time highs, pushing around 28, 26. And I sold here at this yellow line about 20, just high 26s. That line's a bit broken, but it doesn't matter. And then I bought back at the mid 23s. So I didn't quite catch the selling at the highest point. I didn't catch it selling at the lowest point. I kind of got in at the mid-range there. And I should say that I'm no financial advisor. I'm just saying what I've done. So that was a recent trade I made. I'm looking at trying to get a bot to do these sort of trades for me, but it's very complicated. If anyone has any suggestions, please let me know. But let's take a look at the 3-month chart. So originally I was saying I got in about the $6.7 mark. I really should have listened to my mate earlier and got in a bit before. So let's say about the 13th of Feb I got in. Honestly, it was quite a light entry, but my position's taken up quite a lot recently because of the rise, and it's since then taken all the way up. Let's just say an average of here. We'll change this line to green, and we're going to take a look at the actual angle of the increase now. So ORN's market cap when I first entered was sub 100 million. Now it's gone up a fair bit. It was around the 100 million mark, and that's why I'm not loading up on my position further, because there's something about, you never want to chase a pump. I always say it. While I think this is a good, sustainable, long-term coin, I think, it's a big coin now. I don't want to, get too heavily involved in a pump and potentially get dumped on, etc., etc. I don't think this will dump, but it might do. I'm no expert. But the angle of the increase is 46 degrees, which is a lot steeper. If you saw the one yesterday, we reviewed Harmony, and 46 degrees is a seriously steep increase over recent weeks. I mean, if you invested, let's say in Jan, you could have got in at $3. That's a 9 times increase. I obviously got in at $6-7, which is about a 4 times increase, which I'm still very happy with. So if we take a look at any patterns, I often like looking out for triple bottoms, as I'm sure you've seen in the last video. But there seems to be no clear-cut pattern with ORN. There's no triple bottom. There's no clear resistance. But arguably this is a resistance level. But in my opinion, this is really about the concept. What made me invest was I looked at the concept, I looked at the market cap, and I saw good potential with it. So if we take a look at the crypto news, one thing I also like about ORN is that they're, as well as being the trader for trading cryptos, they're not sitting around. The team are obviously keen to get involved in the NFT boom. They're starting on working on an NFT aggregator, which is going to be huge because there'll obviously be so many different sites selling NFTs, so many different cryptos, so many different spaces, that if you could collate all of them into one area, people are just going to use ORN to buy and trade NFTs because, of course, you want to get the best price. It's going to be like an auction house, I believe. So I think that is a very good sign. That also made me, once I sold it to try and catch a dip, it made me even more sure that I wanted to get back in because they're looking at NFTs and the NFT marketplace. If we take a look at further news, there's not really too much news on ORN. They're not heavily in the news frame, which I find very interesting. I think you always have to be careful when a coin rises massively, but you can see the more it goes up, the volume is just crazy high. 50 million volume, $58 million of volume, which is always a good thing because high volume means high liquidity. High liquidity means you can buy and sell quickly, and obviously it's a good thing. 215th in the market rank, not too bad. Turn off that alarm. And the market dominance 0.03. I mean, that's minor. So yeah, that is roughly what ORN is about. They're in the DeFi space, and anything in the DeFi space that has real world applications, I think is a good long-term sustainable bet. If it doesn't have long-term if it doesn't have real life use, I'm always a bit more skeptical about should I invest or not. Nothing in this video should be taken as fact because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not offering advice. But I believe that personally, the bigger the crypto space gets, the more money that's going into crypto, the more trades there are, the more exchanges there are, the more it becomes mainstream, the more ORN will take off. Now, I don't know if it is going to take off the crypto space even further than it has, but I'm saying if it does, I believe ORN will be at the forefront of this space. And the liquidity aggregator, I can't wait for the real thing to be released because it doesn't compete against Binance and all these exchanges. Where does it? I believe it says on its website, it doesn't aim to compete, it aims to complete. So you can see there. So we don't compete, we complete. Instead of competing with exchanges and swapping pools, we unite their order books into one easy to use terminal, giving you access into the entire crypto market. So their framework takes exchanges and unites them into one platform. But any orders, I guess, would still be done via that individual exchange's platform. So it doesn't compete, it completes. And for me, I think this is a great tool. If they could get KuCoin on board, Binance on board, I would only use ORN protocol. And for that reason and that kind of real world application, I personally like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I think it's a very, very interesting coin. The only concern is that it's risen so much in the recent weeks that, is it a pump? Has it been pumped too far? Does that size of a pump of about 9-fold in the last month really represent further scope to invest in it for it to grow and to make money? Or has it, overshot its mark and overshot its value, and is it coming down? That's the questions that you have to ask. And long term, I think, as everyone says, the crypto space is still young. The thing's still in its beta. It's not fully been released officially. And as soon as, let's say, the space, if it takes off and the full version of this comes out, if it can maintain that lead spot in being a liquidity aggregator, it's got competition from the likes of Reef and stuff like that in a smaller way. But if ORN can maintain that top spot, I think it's a good bet. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm not a financial advisor. Take care.